Hey, I hope you're having a good day. This is Elon, and I'm joined by Audrey today. And I was really looking forward to having a chat with Audrey today because some of the results she's got over the last few months have been really amazing to see. Audrey, how's your day going so far?
Yeah, very good. Hi, how are you?
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
very good.
Sweet. So before we dig into anything, first of all, congratulations, because your wedding is in how many weeks?
It was seven, flying around.
Nice.
Yeah, coming around very quickly.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, looking forward to it now. It's all getting very real.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
can't wait. Can't wait.
Nice. And you were on your hen recently as well?
I had my hen last weekend. Yeah, went to Carrick and Shannon, and best time ever.
That's
Definitely a great spot for hens and stags. Yeah,
amazing.
great
So
fun.
just recovering and coming back to normal now?
Just recovering. Yeah, it took me a while now. It took me a while. I was, yeah, probably drank a little bit too much, but sure, hey, don't
Nice.
do it very often. So
Yeah, sure. That's what hens and stags are for, right? Just have a great
exactly, exactly.
amazing.
Let
Good stuff.
yourself go.
So I was really looking forward today just to kind of digging into, some of the results you've got and, your experience, of us working together over the past few months. And, I think it'd be really inspiring for a lot of women, especially who, are maybe getting married soon or at some point in the
Yeah,
future, just to see kind of what's actually possible, kind of a few months out from their wedding.
yeah.
But before we get into that, before we even started working together, I was wondering, why were you struggling before my 8-week program?
Um, yeah, I had initially from like I'd say September last year, I had started trying to look at my food and cut down. I started at the gym. I was doing up on 2, 3 days a week in the gym. Obviously watching my food a wee bit as best I could. Nothing seemed to work. Very slow progress, wasn't really getting anywhere. Was feeling crap about it because I was trying. And yeah, it was just kind of putting me backwards because I was attending the gym. I was trying to help with the food side of it, but yeah, it wasn't working. Very slow, wasn't losing weight, getting depressed. It was yeah, just quite annoyed about what I was doing and it wasn't working for me.
Yeah, and
So,
thank you so much for sharing that as well. It's amazing that you're so honest about it as well. And it's like,
yeah,
sounds like it was very kind of frustrating that you were putting all that
it
hard.
was. I found it very hard, yeah, and then heartening because I was making an effort and I give up a lot of crap foods, chocolates and sweets and all that, and still not really helping me a whole pile.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just couldn't figure out what was wrong, that I wasn't actually losing the weight.
Yeah,
Every time I stood in the scales, it was around the same. Might have come down a pound or two, and then the next week it'd go up a pound or two, and it was just constant, and it put you down and put you off going to the gym. That's what I felt when I was going in and weighing myself, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not losing anything. I was like, is there any point? What's the point? You
yeah,
know,
for sure.
because
Nice.
you're trying to find time as well to go to the gym. So yeah,
Yeah, especially
so
because you're working and you've got how many, two
like
kids?
two small kids, yeah, 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So yeah, it was tough.
And you're
I
getting married,
just
so you've got a
and
lot.
I'm getting married. So yes, I had a lot on my plate. Yeah, a lot of stress building up. Yeah.
And so like, what was it, what were you struggling with specifically then before we started working together?
Probably just a bit of everything. My weight, definitely. My tiredness, always just drained. I had no energy. I get up in the morning, I'd want to go back to bed 2 hours later. I just feel so tired all the time. Doctors done blood tests on me, couldn't figure out, said everything's fine. It just went on for years, couldn't figure out why I was always so tired. And yeah, probably it. And just the weight part of it. Yeah, I just wanted to lose a bit of weight and just feel comfortable in myself and my clothes and that. But
Amazing.
that was probably the main reason. Yeah,
And yeah, we can come back to all of those things that you mentioned there and kind of
yeah,
discuss some of your results and stuff, because they
yeah.
were really cool, especially with the energy. But before we get into that, you know, um, before we started working together, what were you maybe like skeptical of before, investing in yourself?
Before when we done the call, we done the first call, when I found you on Facebook and I said, yeah, I like this man's attitude, you know, you were kind of geared up to help people. And I kind of got that from you. So I was like, I'm going to actually give this shop a go. So I got on today, I got the free 15-minute call, and you were explaining everything. You were saying I can get you to lose 1 to 2 dress sizes in 8 weeks. I was laughing. I was like, no, that's not possible. I'm at this 6 months now and I haven't lost anything really we're talking about. So how can you make me lose 2 dress sizes in 8 weeks? Like, I was, very skeptical. I was like, I'm not saying that you weren't right in what you were saying, but I'm saying, how can you do that if you're saying that? And I'm trying my hardest here at home and I'm not getting anywhere. I was just kind of a bit like, is this like, is he for real, or what way is it, you know, that kind of a way, like, but didn't mean to put you down or anything in what you were saying to me, but just finding it hard to get it into my head, like, maybe he can do this, you know. So but delighted I went with it, because I was kind of thinking, should I or shouldn't I? And I was like, well, if I stay at what I'm doing, I'm not going to get anywhere. So why not give something different a try that I've never done before? It was kind of putting myself out of my comfort zone more so, and going with it and making the decision to do it. And definitely the best decision I ever made, without doubt.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy to hear that, you know, and I think it's a really important question to ask, because it's probably, you know, it's amazing how even just making that decision now has resulted in so much more. That decision, see yourself and make a change. And so really look forward to going through some of the results, especially. I think the energy, you know, for me was the coolest one to see, especially that you know, you'd been to a doctor, you got blood tests, and they couldn't really, you know, give you any kind of idea of what's going on. So how much do you feel like your energy improved from before we started to now?
Oh, huge, probably like 80%, like 90%. Like, obviously I'm still a little bit tired at times with the kids and stuff. That's not normal. But I have so much more energy during the day now, you know. I don't get up out of bed and want to go back 2 hours later. I can go the whole day long and not feel tired. It's a massive difference in that, without a doubt. It has been great, and then it has improved my mood and everything too. You know, I'm not grumpy and in bad form the whole time because I'm wrecked. It's just totally changed my life. And then I've more energy for the kids and go out and run around and everything now. I wasn't able to do that before. Do it a certain amount, but you'd be tired 10 minutes later, you know. But now I have a lot more energy, you know. So it has been brilliant. Can't get over that at all now.
And you know, it's like the way that we did that, you know, to give an insight, it's like there was nothing complicated that we did.
So simple. Yeah, very, very simple. Just really changing my food. I was not eating the wrong stuff, but maybe not balancing it enough and eating it at the wrong times. You know, my food was never really that terrible, but I was just not kind of combining it properly, I think, more so, and spreading it out over the day. I was eating the wrong stuff in the morning and eating the wrong stuff at night, just to swap it around. It was very simple.
We kind of pinpointed that, you know, you weren't really getting enough protein in the morning or the afternoon, and then the evening you were getting a lot of hunger and cravings, and then that was kind of following through to the next day. And so your food was quite good. It was just a case of having more structure, I think, with it.
I was just eating the wrong stuff. Like, I think before I started this, what I've realized now is I was living on carbs pretty much. Like, I would eat protein, but it was more so carbs, a lot more carbs. And now it's totally changed around and feels so much better for it.
But most importantly, you're still enjoying carbs, right?
I love my carbs. I will still eat my carbs without a doubt. I have my carbs every day of the week. Every day of the week. I just have it as in a balance. There's a balance there now, you know, where I'm getting a bit of everything. And I'm feeling fuller for longer too. I don't feel hungry anymore, you know.
Amazing.
It has been great.
Good stuff. And so then, like, with regards to your clothes, you know, over the first like 8 weeks of working together, what kind of results did you see?
Massive. I lost weight places I never thought I would. When I first initially joined with you, I wanted my stomach. I wanted just to get rid of the tummy. Didn't really care about much other. Like I wanted to tone up obviously and lose weight everywhere, but the way it came off surprised me a lot. I lost weight a couple of years ago and piled it back on, but I could never lose it off my chest. Just I don't know why, it just wouldn't come off it. And this time, massive difference in up this area and my sides, my back, oh everywhere I'm noticing that I've lost. You know, my legs, all over. Yeah, you can see it in all the clothes. My clothes are, I'm 2 sizes down. Like I was between 18, 16 in the top. I'm now down to like 12. Maybe depends where I shop. Could be a 14, but mainly 12. And trousers were about a 16. I'm down to a 12. So it's massive, like, and people are noticing the whole time. You know, people say to me, I work in a local pub, and they're always saying, "Gee, you lost a lot of weight. What did you do? Like, it just disappeared." I'd be like telling them, like, they can't get over it too. You know, they're as shocked as I am about it because it has worked in such a short space of time. Yeah, it has been great.
And yeah, because even the lady who's doing your dress for the wedding, she told you to kind of maybe
Yeah.
slow down a bit,
Yeah,
right?
she's okay. No, I was with her there on Saturday and I said it to her and she goes, look, I'm not going to tell you not to lose any more weight. She said, look, it's going to be more work for me, but I can work on it.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Like she was shocked when I tried it on the other day. She goes, oh my God, you lost a lot of weight, did you? And I was, yeah, fair bit. Like the amount that has to be taken in is unreal. Yeah, there's a good bit each side here and up here. And then she's going to work on the bottom again. But yeah, she's a fair bit of work ahead of her, but she'll do it. She's good.
Good stuff.
But it's all good. Yeah, at least it doesn't have to be let out.
Yeah, that's a plus.
I'm delighted it's coming in.
And going back to what you said, you know, just about you did that. You had like some approach a few years ago that you lost weight, but you gained it all back again.
I lost weight. Yeah, I used to do classes in a local gym, and yeah, I did lose the weight at the time. It was like a boxing class, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. But he gave it up. Then he stopped, that chap that was doing it. So I kind of got lazy, and I would go to the gym a wee bit, and I did lose a wee bit. Probably lost maybe a stone and a half. But 6 months later, it was back on again. You know.
And so do you feel like with the approach that we took, you know, that you're empowered enough with, you know, exactly what to do, that this is something you can maintain?
Yeah, I feel now it's not even like a struggle. I get up in the morning, I know what I'm eating at my lunch, I know what I'm having, you know, and it's fine and I'm happy with it, and I can change it whatever way I want. And I don't feel it as a job now. At the start I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna eat? I was stressing over it. But now that I'm in the routine, it's a routine, and I have it now, so I know what I'm doing. And very easy going forward. Yeah, don't think I'll find this hard at all.
Amazing, yeah. And you kind of reminded me of that. I think when we first started, in the first kind of 2 or 3 days when I sent you like the first kind of version of your food plan, you definitely had a bit of a wobble where you weren't sure.
Massive. I couldn't believe it when you sent me that food plan. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna cancel everything. And I got talking to you then, and you reassured me. You're like, stop panicking. It's very simple. And you explained it to me very easily. And within a couple of days, I was like, what was that about? Why did I have a freak out, you know? But all I could see was veg and stuff. And I'm like, I'm terrible with veg. I'm a bit better, but you don't have to be, you know? You can work around it. There's always ways to work around it, which I would have never known.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is like, you know, if we come up with a plan, it's like this isn't set in stone. It's like I can change anything you want, and you know, it's like a gradual process of figuring out what you like and what you enjoy, and eventually get where you're at now, where you're like, oh, I have these, you know, 3 or 4 things I can have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and and doesn't take much time, and enjoyable.
Yeah, very easy. Yeah, if going forward, it's going to be very simple for me. If I fail, it'll be my own fault, you know, because it's structured and it's basic. Like there's nothing too hard about any of it.
Yeah. So cool. So I'm wondering, like, you know, what kind of impact then do you feel like the program's had on your life over the past like 3 months?
A lot, definitely a lot. It has changed me in a lot more ways than I thought. Initially signing up, I thought it was all about losing weight. But really, you've probably helped me with my mental health. You've helped me with my confidence. And this sabotage where I was brilliant at it. I think I'm improving now. You're kind of showing me stop using them words, use other words, and I'm trying, and it's definitely improving my mental health without a doubt. I have way more confidence. It's been brilliant. It has changed me, and the kids even notice my moods are different. You know, I've I've loads more energy. It has been great. It has been probably the best thing I've ever done for myself, without a doubt.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so excited to hear that, especially the mental health thing. It's like weight loss is great, but
Yeah, no, it was so much more. The 8-week course, it's not just about weight, you know, it's about everything and the support you get, and even meeting with the girls and having chats with them on the call on a Wednesday has been great, and getting to know other people's stories, you know, and their journey as well. It's been good because you're not on your own. There's other people doing it too.
yeah,
You know, it's great. Yeah.
And I'm going to do some of the in-person meetups this summer as well. So hopefully you
Yeah,
can.
that'd be great. Hopefully I can get to one of those. Yeah.
Sweet. But yeah, we'll figure out a date that works for everyone. And I'll probably do a few different meetups, depending on, you know, what everyone's kind of interested in. So
Yeah, perfect.
Amazing. But last thing I'd like to ask you for today is, you know, who would you recommend the 8-week transformation program for?
I know you kind of aim it at women, but I think with your knowledge, with what I've gathered from you, I'd say you can help anyone. Once you have your own structure, I don't think there's anyone you wouldn't be able to help really. Like, I know you like to help the women on that, and you probably do help men, but I think overall you could help probably anyone. You'd be good to be able to, whatever is the problem, like whether it's weight or mental issues or that kind of thing. Yeah, you're definitely, I think you have the knowledge to go really far wherever you want, like with anyone, you know, anyone that's willing. I think if anyone is willing to give it a go, of course you can help them. There's no doubt in my mind that you'd be able to help them. Yeah.
Nice one.
Be it young, old, male or female, you know. Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And
No,
I know
thank you.
you definitely sharing your story is going to be inspiring for a lot of people. You know, it's one thing for me to say, oh, I could help you with X, Y, or Z, but it's another thing for you to be able to confirm and be like, yeah, this is actually what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, for someone that has gone through it to share what happened. Yeah. No, it has been brilliant, and I just want to say thank you so much. You really have changed my life, and it definitely for the better. And yeah, fair play to you. You're great at what you do, and appreciate it a lot.
Amazing, thank you. Well, Audrey, what I'll do is I'll end the recording here, and we can have a quick chat after. But you know, thank you so much for your time today, and you
no
know,
problem.
all the best.
Very welcome. Cheers, Elon.